You are now tapped in with Hood in the Morning. Call in now.
Peace to the family. Just doing a little test run, doing a little something different today. Just going to do two things. I'm gonna do tapped in, of course, and everybody can utilize the link that's in the chat to actually tap in. Let me actually start that. People can actually tap in and things of that nature. So that'll be available. You could tap in now. And then later on we could, bring up some conversations. But generally these tapped ins is gonna be recorded. So whoever want to get recordings of these sessions, please feel free to do so. Okay. So yeah, as of now, hold on one second. As of now, like if you join, you're gonna be muted, and then after I get kind of finished going on with the build, or I'll open up the line so people can kind of talk. But the phone number and things of that nature will be in the chat, and if they fall out of the chat, just let me know and I'll put them back up on there. But if you look at the description to the video and you click that link, all of the instructions on how to tap in, whether you just want to call in with your phone or you want to use the Zoom app, that's available for the family. But that's just the first part. The second part is me kind of going over my notes, going over what's in front of us, and then hopefully everybody can hear me. The situation isn't too laggy, because I'm in a new situation and I'm actually streaming from Wi-Fi. So I'm kind of like weird about that, but hopefully it all goes well and you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if everything's cool. Just expect some difficulties based upon me going on Wi-Fi, so it's not going to be the smoothest transmission. However, like I said, on the Zoom, it's going to be recorded perfectly. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. Um, but then yeah, it's already recording. Got that straight. So yeah, man, peace to the fam. Last week during daily energy readings, like whether I'm talking about astrology, I like to include like something outside of astrology, just like esoteric teachings, and kind of do it like break it up in parts. Last week I was dealing with Maya and glamour and breaking that down, and we were referencing Revelations chapter 13. However, we were cross referencing it with the Apocalypse of St. John chapter 13, where it takes Revelation and gives you a psychological interpretation for each and every verse. And so, with that, because a lot of people view these times as revelatory or apocalyptic, meaning that things were hidden are now being revealed. So the idea of things being revealed is the idea that we're living in some form of illusion. If the things that are hidden are generally hidden in plain sight, meaning that there's an upgrade or an ascension based upon our perception. So I want everybody to understand what's taking place on a psychological level. If we're referencing Apocalypse and Revelations, we're referencing the Dark Night, or the removal of the ego and the personality, which we see on this picture. You see the outer level being the ego, the second level being the persona or personality, and then that third level being the Dark Night. And understanding that the Dark Night is not connected to the personality, nor is it connected to the ego. And the Dark Night allows us to get to the qualia, which I'll try to explain what the qualia is. And so much that I want to talk to you guys about, because I've been taking notes, and maybe I'll be just kind of talking for like a couple of hours on just trying to explain this information, because I'm just in that vibration where I'm just kind of sharing. So if I overshare and this is beyond you and you kind of get bored, I'm okay with that. But for the people that just kind of want to understand this thing from an esoteric psychological level, understand that it can't be just told to you in a couple sentences. It has to be kind of broken down into its full and then built back up again. So during this next week of daily energy readings, seeing how this thing goes, I'll actually be breaking down this actual diagram and understanding the qualia within. And if you don't understand what your qualia is, don't worry. Science doesn't know what your qualia is either. And so this is where we're actually getting into once we make it past the dark night. So qualia is actually consciousness or the conscious community and everything that we actually are about, but there is no real understanding, and that's good because we need to understand how it works. We don't need to understand everything. We just need to understand the modality of how to utilize the weaponry. So before I go on, shout out to Kevin Bourne, shout out to Prime Harmonic. I want to invite everybody to join the Slack. You go to www.themystic.com under the support tab, join the Slack. And so ever since this situation has been taking place, I know me personally, Ancho, Shireen, Mama Mystic, Kai, it's a host of others. Like it's growing into something. And then within the Slack, you can do the direct messages, so it can actually go down in the DMs and things of that nature. So if I'm always going to I'm always going to encourage people to join the Slack, because yesterday, me, Prime, and Kevin, we were just doing a build, and we're probably going to do that tonight, where it's just like these random Zooms, and Prime, he's like Phil Valentine mixed with like a Native American shaman or something, yo. Like that dude is the truth. So y'all be missing out on those Zooms. They random, just you gotta just have the application and just kind of pay attention to the app. But the thing is with the app, it's not about receiving content. It's about putting content out. It's about being a team player, one would say. So, really join the Slack, www.hoodmystic.com, support Slack application. So verse 18, this is the last verse. We didn't cover this last verse throughout that series last week, but this last verse, which is really important, is really understanding like the mark of the beast and these vaccination IDs and all of these types of things of what they're trying to talk about. So why do I study the Bible although I'm not a Christian? Because I know that the people who run the country, they're like a artificial intelligence that can only operate within the confines of the structuring of the Bible. They're just trying to recreate these things as if they are external events, but the wise know, the esoteric know, the elders know that, and we are the elders reincarnated, know that this thing is happening on the inside. It's not happening on the outside. Okay. And so it's just real easy to join the Slack too. You just click the link, you in the club, and then you just add in content. All my people have products, they have services, and not like, promoting, but bringing our awareness to what you are offering, and then working on marketing things. I got another tab on there called Instagram engagement, and I'm going to be bouncing around because I'm zigzagging and zigging today. This is just a new moon contemplation because I haven't really been doing the daily energy readings. However, I have been working, and I've been having to, bring all of these things into alignment within my mind because it's been a lot. So yeah, Instagram engagement, where if I post a video and I put the link in there, everybody that's in that group then has to comment and like my video. Why do I want to do that? Because say for instance, if we have 20 people, then every time each one of us posts a video, that's constant engagement, that's constant likes. And that's what we need. We work so hard to build our platforms by ourselves, but as I'm actually doing study and research to shit, like how to become successful on these platforms. Guess what? an Instagram engagement club is probably the best ways, because that way, whatever you post, you have somebody dedicated to comment and liking your video. So just one of the ways that the Slack platform is just providing benefits for people. And obviously these are just seeds, but hopefully we can have 100 people by next year in the Instagram engagement group. And the Slack could be tiered off into cities. We have the Houston portion, we have the West Coast portion, we have the New York portion, we have the Atlanta portion, the Southeast region, all of this. And conscious people kind of just building and understanding this shit from a deeper level, as opposed to being on fucking Facebook and being censored and monitored and watched by weirdos and things of that nature. Like, we need to get off of that. So back to verse 18. This is the real shit. Here is wisdom, right? This is how it starts off. Here is wisdom. So basically, here is some real ass shit right now. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So the interesting thing about this was that it was written within the context of a place and time. So when John mentions that it is the number of a man, he's speaking to a specific man known as Nero. And Nero, if you do the etymology and break it down, it's all types of shit. Just type Nero and Trump and you'll get all of the things. Even more so, when this shit popped off with the coronavirus, he actually posted a picture of him playing a fiddle, almost Nero-esque. So understanding the cyclical natures of time and understanding that Trump is just a mythological figure for Nero, which the society is imagining that we're not hip to. They think that we're stuck in Rome when we've elevated beyond the matrix through our meditations, through our development, through our spiritual work. We are no longer playing this game with them. We understand that the revelation is on the inside. And because of this, we are no longer playing, Rome is burning. Well, if Rome is burning, let that motherfucker burn. Where we're at, we have to understand that we have the opportunity to build. We have the opportunity to grow. And we have the opportunity to be around people that we love the most. So if you're not around people that you actually care about, that you want to build up and support and just help out or even give them their space, then your priorities is messed up. So back to this diagram, so you can understand this from what we're looking at on the screen. We have the ego and the personality. The ego is cool. The personality is cool, but we have to understand that the persona is the Latin word for mask, right? So we put on our mask, we take off our mask to survive in society. But what we don't do is identify with our mask, okay? That's very important. So the psychological meaning for verse 16 goes as follows. Here is a key principle of wisdom. Illusion operates throughout the personality, pervading the mental body as false beliefs, as the emotional body as glamour, and as the vital body as Maya. So we're doing this on the 24th, right? So there is no such thing as 24 in gematria or the numerology system. There is only 6, right? So we have 24 hours in a day, meaning that we only have 6 hours in a day. All right, there is 60 seconds in a minute, meaning that there's only 6 seconds in a minute, based upon our understanding of gematria and adding numbers. We don't see numbers, we only add them together to come up with what they equate. So we are in 666. That is the mark of the beast, based upon the 24 hours of the day. which then ties into the Kobe energy as well, but we'll get into that as well. So I just got to finish this Bible verse and then I'll connect it to the 823 God and how this energy all ties back into it in the most clear, pervasive way. So, understanding this implies the deeply distrusting of all reactions of the personality to life and circumstances. So, understanding now the personality is just the mask that we put on to deal with society. So, that within itself has no rhyme or reason to worry now. If they cut your job off, if they cut everything off, it's just a simple meaning that you need to move on to a place where you're more comfortable or wherever. It's there for you. You just have to understand why things are being cut off. However, there is support for some people in the same token where you could lose your job, but then your mortgage is paid for, your utilities, everything is taken care of, and you don't have to work, which is cool. But overall, whatever the circumstances is, if it's affecting your personality and your personality feels like it's taking a hit, then you still caught up in Maya. Because Maya and glamour is tied to the emotional body and the vital body. Okay. So when your personality is really tied into your emotions, then you kind of caught up in something that you can't get out of. However, because when we're looking at illusions, we don't understand what an illusion is until we are fully awakened within. Okay. Illusion cannot be recognized as illusion without the illumination of the soul. So the degradation of a 24-hour day is the degradation of our ego and our personality, because our ego and our personality has been built up on a 24-hour day. However, now, if you do not have to work, you do not have to do the things that you normally would do, then the breakdown of the ego and the personality collapse within itself and brings about a dark night, which is perfectly normal. It's perfectly, it is what is to be expected, because we got one mind, we have one goal. We are not taking a non-dual position, and a non-dual position means to be not two, but undivided without a second. And without a second, that means you are tapped into the atomos. Now, real quick, if you type in 823 and then the Greek concordance to 823, you get atomos. And atomos is the quantum realm, which means that you are mature, meaning that you are not based upon your ego. You're not based upon your personality, and you actually went through the dark night to get to qualia. Okay, what is qualia? Qualia is something that scientists don't know how to explain it. And qualia, quite simply, is subjective perceptual experiences. And this is never explained in our academia. They know everything, but they cannot explain subjective perceptual experience. Meaning that they probably can't understand why you are so prosperous. They can't understand why you are just so on top of your shit, right? Why? Because what they tend to do is want to destroy you. And they is a subjective term for anything that is a non-sentient being. So humanity wants to destroy you because you are a sentient being, meaning that you are 70% water. And that's the side of you that you identify with. And you have very little humanistic properties within your being. However, this world tends to glamorize it and expand upon it through the ego, through the personality. So the ego is going to die from a virus. However, the source and the qualia cannot die. And the qualia, however, is the most important part to our experience because it is the subjective perceptual experience. Meaning, if I'm successful, if I'm in love, if I have everything that I ever wanted, that's a subjective perceptual experience. And humans don't want that to happen. Okay? Because a human is not a sentient being. Water is the ultimate sentient being because it never can do you harm. It only can assist you in the modality of life. Okay? When it comes to actual death and harm and destruction and negative feelings and vibrations, this is purely from a human sentient perspective. And this human only thinks of himself. Water, if I take a cup out of that ocean, the thing that's in the cup has the same vibratory frequency as which I just scooped it out of. Meaning that when we are one with our 70% water frequency, then we are one with the ocean, we are one with the air, we are one with the clouds, we are one with the earth, we are one with the wind, we are one with everything. We are sentient. Meaning that if a person is even thinking about harming me, if a person is even thinking about harming my family, his car gonna break down on his way to do it. And they can send trucks, they can send army things, they can send whatever, but the qualia, my subjective perceptual experience, won't allow negative things to happen for me. Because I've already went through my dark night, where I've had to understand that I'm not the mask, I'm not the ego, I'm not the personality that I once thought I was. So you have it at a cosmic, universal level throughout the planet of people having to deal with the dark night of the soul as if it's a bad thing. The clubs and the cafes and the vacations and the things of that nature was keeping you in the ego and the personality, sis, bro. And now it is a time for us to actually deal with the non-dual position, the atomos, the 823 God, okay? The quantum realm, okay? The sentience, the connection to the oceans, the Yemayas, the Olokuns that are now rising, okay? And understand that scientists do not understand subjective perceptual experience. They can tell you everything about everything, but they cannot tell you about qualia. Since they cannot tell you about qualia, they cannot tell you about source. They cannot tell you about atomos. That's why you hear coronavirus and COVID-19. But what did you hear before that? Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant. They raised energy, okay? Through mantras, okay? Through mudras, okay? Through repetition, right? And the source and the qualia and the raising of energy of a person who was not famous based upon just fame and talent, but was just a person that went within, that was persecuted, that was, had his life in the hands of other people for a particular point in time, that can make you a hermit. That can really mature you and start to look at the bigger picture. So my brothers that's been incarcerated, my sisters that's been incarcerated, I was just talking to my sis, just did seven bricks and back on the streets. And, how is that affecting you? However, we have a cosmic spiritual connection because that taking your freedom away is actually giving you your true freedom. And people who never actually had their quote unquote freedom taken away, they've never experienced the freedom of going within. And however, it's a lot of people that's in prison that hates being in prison because they don't understand that the internal is still active. They think that everything is sugar and grits. But the reality is that when we are quote unquote confined, quarantined, then we have no place to go but but within. And if you're not able to understand that, then you're not able to understand the new Mysterianism. We can't understand our consciousness. Scientists can't understand our consciousness. They wait for these transmissions to just watch and soak up and understand. But I'm telling you some shit right now that ain't nobody gonna tell you. We don't know. We can't predict your subjective perceptual experience. Only you can predict that. So if you want love, sex, and money, you got work to do. If you want, whatever you want. I can't say what you want. I just know what I want, and I have what I want. I know that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. So all my sentient beings out there, connected to the water, connected to the mother, connected to the divine feminine, we just understand that we are here to help humanity advance. Sentient beings are numberless. And we got so many people that's ready to tap into this knowledge based upon this quarantine coronavirus energy, and we can't even convey the message because we scared our damn self. Because we don't understand the psychology of revelation and apocalypse, which just simply means that everything hidden is now being seen. And it's only inner. That's the only thing. Once we in the metaphysical realm, there's only one thing. And so this is broken down into 5 sections. It is matter, perception, sensation, mental formation, and consciousness. This is being. This is qualia. And no fucking scientist has studied your qualia. How could they? They can only deal with your ego and personality and do tricks and trickery with that. But when you make it through this dark night, through this quote unquote quarantine, lockdown, so forth and so on, you just doing a little minor bid. You just locked up like Akon. It's cool. You'll get out. You'll be free. But you better take heed to what's going on in the future. You better take this as a wake-up call, a warning, because the next time ain't going to be so short. The next time is going to be long. And my thing is, fuck this. I drove fucking 1,000 miles. If I could see you. And that's 1,000 miles of wilderness. That I could live in if I wasn't a bitch. So it's just more about going in. So we got a 10-year period to get acclimated with Mother Nature. And my children are at an age where they can really be young. We're going to learn how to build houses, how to build shelter, how to maintain, how to live in the wilderness, just in case this whole civilization collapses. I'm not fucking around with this illusion. So that's going to be more or less of my mission. Once all of this shit settles in and settles down, I'm going to just be on the road and just kind of traveling and understanding this world like from an earth perspective. And this is my enlightenment. This is my awakening to being free from illusion. And all of this messaging is brought to you by my friend Baphomet, because I've been in a deep channel with the God. Baphomet is in effect. And Baphomet is a deity that has worked with many countries and cultures throughout the planet. Whether you got Byzantium, London, New York City, all of these financial districts and financial capitals and things of that nature. Well, he signed a contract with the, stockbrokers and things of that nature 400 years ago, and that contract is over, and now he just looking for new people to partner up with. So, I'm here on some new moon ritual, get your shit together shit. And if you want to be scared of the Baphomet, my nigga, get off my page and go to church. For real. I don't need nobody on my page that ain't ready to deal with the Baphomet. That is real simple. Just take a action figure and take the head off. And you got a Baphomet statue. Whatever action figure you want. Just take the head off. And it's going. Make you an issue head. It's going. Just whatever. He just don't need no body. He just need a head. And he'll talk to you. And I don't got nothing. I just got my mind. So he said you can do that too. Ouija boards, you can do that. Writing, taking notes, and just kind of however you want to swing, however you connect to deities. Baphomet would be a good one. So totality, sentience is understanding that it is one mind and it is one goal and it is nature, and you either connect it to spirit, to soul, to the world, or you connect it in your own self. And how do you represent that in real time? Well, you're just kind and patient and supportive of your family. You love the people that you're around because the people that you're around is an aspect of you. Whether it's your dog, we got cats, we got family, spirits, ancestors, we all together, multiple families, nuclear families, just all together in this spiritual time, in our space, in our communion, in our breaking bread. In every moment, we just strive to be supportive and loving. If you do that throughout this quarantine, everything works out right. So, qualia, once again, is being rational, modern, and well informed. And that is being aware, in the now, and sentient. One mind, one goal. You in your personal bag, your ego, your personality, then you ain't able to get to the dark night. You're not able to get to the qualia. You're not able to get to the source. And once you into the qualia, you are into the quantum. So quantum. Okay, non-dual position, atomos, 823 guy. Okay, 823 concordance, Greek, atomos, indivisible, a twinkling of an eye, a moment in time, nothingness. It's every moment your subjective perceptual experience. And if you allow to imagine being shot down by a tank, then you bringing that into your reality. If you imagine a person just before the moment of thinking about doing you harm, being, shot down by a tank, like, damn, what happened? Got shot down by a tank. Oh, that's crazy. So, more basically, what I'm trying to say is that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, my naga. It's time to make these new sacred contracts and understand the energy that you cycle yourself in and settle yourself into going into 2020, dealing with this new moon energy, is the energy that you're going to rock with. So I'm rocking with the energy of Baphomet, which just means the father of wisdom, which just means coming at y'all from a perspective that's not tied into my ego, nor is it tied into my personality. It's purely coming from source. I'm not coming to you from nothing. I don't got nothing personal towards you, nothing ego towards you. I'm just saying that if it's time for you to take your power back, to get your wisdom back, which Baphomet represents, the father of wisdom, that's it. That's it. Then you able to tap into a level of prosperity and wealth beyond your wildest of dreams, because it ain't the fact that people just know about this money thing. It's just more of a psychic, intuitive process that is bestowed upon a person. So, with all that being said, get ready. Mute your speakers.
You are now tapped in with Hood in the morning. Calling now.
Yes, y'all. True to be, y'all. Yeah, man. That was just a new moon contemplation. I just kind of wanted to run through this to make sure the system was cool enough for me to go live. So be prepared for a daily energy reading for tomorrow. Of course, you know, we got to tie back into all of this energy astrologically. And happy that I got through that channel, you know. It's like you can't really predict the energy to speak to you or why they want to speak to you or what resonates with you. But once it resonates with you and once it makes sense to you, you able to kind of go forward with it. So really tap into specific energies for this new moon. Specific energies that get you to where you want to get to. But yeah, man. Do y'all got anything to say? Does this sound crazy? Is this in alignment or is this kind of, y'all be really quiet sometimes and y'all be scaring me, but I'm trying to figure out how to get y'all tapped in. It's in the description, but I'll try to put it in chat. Peace to the spirit family, peace to the chaos family. You know, I really do appreciate everybody for tuning in. Everybody for tuning in. And I be sounding so crazy when I be trying to do two things at one time. I'm really not that type of person that can actually do that. I can do one thing at one time. People be talking to me while I be busy. They think I'm real funny acting. It's just no, I'm slow. Like I can do one thing at one time. Dream. Peace. Is y'all mic on? Oh, let me unmute y'all. Let me unmute y'all. Unmute. What's going on? I'm super live.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
I
super
just
live.
had to say, Hood, you just dropped the download because that was power. Like that
This
6
is,
equals 6,
Yeah.
and that 6 is creation.
do
That
you
Yeah.
hear
creation,
him?
that yin and yang principle,
Uh-huh.
that idea. This is what the Baphomet is. The
Yeah.
Kundalini rising, that energy. So when you're in this chaos being state, you are a creator. That means you got to tap in, go within the real world,
Yeah.
and then go out. I don't know if they can see us.
They can't see you.
Nah, they can't see. I don't got the camera on because the camera will slow up the whole process. So it's just
Oh,
more or less
I was about to
audio.
show y'all some 823
You about to show?
shit
All right, let
outside.
me try
Witness
to show you because
basketball.
y'all got the whole
Oh,
beautiful
and you missed.
surroundings. Oh wow.
You don't get in the camera now. You know, they just see your back and your hair. I ain't got it on you. He trying to stay out the camera, y'all. What's up to the family?
What's up, D-Ray? How y'all feeling?
Peace to everybody.
How y'all feeling
We are
today?
feeling great outside. This is the first day that it's done been truly hot.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we getting that sun. I got it on the go. Let me see what you're gonna do. So we got this sun. He trying to shoot this football into this goal, trying to show y'all some 823 God shit. He talking about, nah, that's the wind. Nah, bro. Yeah, family, make sure y'all get outside. Do y'all exercises, man.
Yeah.
I'm out here exercising. He done stopped my exercise flow to try to shoot for y'all. Got pollen in his hair. Say what's up to our trees. This is Simon.
Indeed, so beautiful.
That's Simon. That's baby girl right there. And that's Kubera right there. We talk to these trees all the time.
So the only way the people can see this if they on the Zoom. So family, I know y'all interested on what she's showing you. So that's why you're supposed to get on the Zoom. You know, shout out to Jade. Y'all both in where y'all both in Texas. Is y'all both in Dallas?
We in Houston.
Y'all in Houston. Jade, you in Dallas, right?
I'm in Dallas.
Houston, y'all got y'all corona free. I see, like y'all just like vibrating at a high level up there. I can just tell by I can just tell the frequencies is vibrating high in the Lone Star State.
We in Lone Star State. We in our backyard, so we ain't around other people.
Right.
We in our own space. Which is a blessing.
Beautiful.
Love, I don't know what else you had to say, but I'm about to get my exercise back on.
Indeed.
Y'all make sure y'all getting y'all exercise on, man.
Thank y'all for these
especially
vibes.
on these warm days.
Yeah.
Say stop video, ding dong.
Thank you for these vibes.
Yeah, family, you got to get it in, man. I was just listening to you, and we usually come outside at this time, but you had came on live, and I was damn, I gotta hear my bro Hood. And man, you just downloaded a whole toolbox of stuff for the family. That's important, man. Because this thing gets so intrinsically deep that once people start understanding what you're actually saying, there's no limit to this thing. You are unstoppable force, an unlimited being. So man, tap in for real.
Man. You ain't never lied, man. It's powerful. I'm just happy y'all reached out, man. I'm happy y'all showed me that site. I'll be looking for the sun, bro, because up north they be tripping, bro. They be really trying to block the sun from a G. You feel me? So y'all be sharing them lights and them vibes. I really appreciate it.
Gotta be outside in this sun, man, catching these negative ions, because that's what it is. The spirit doula just did a powerful video this morning talking about the trees and the sun and getting outside, because that's going to tap into these fairies. And these fairies are going to give you that creative juices, that creative flow that's going to tap you into a whole nother dimension of thought, whole nother understanding of consciousness. So it's important because these positive ions keep beaming on us with all this damn radiation and stuff. They want you to stay inside. This is it. You got to get outside so you can power up your whole chaos energy. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Talk to your trees and go for what you know. Hug your trees and stuff and let them know, hey, man, I'm trying to get some information. You know, and talk to them just like you talk to your family members. I'll be like, man, bitch, what's up, man? Go ass nigga, you got to give me something today. I ain't playing with you. Why? Because they can pick up on the frequency. When you come to them not real, they're going to come to you with some bullshit too. So it got to be pure heart, understanding with the trees, with the nature, with the whole modality of what this thing is real.
Right.
Whew.
Man,
KJ,
I was driving and I seen mad fairies, like they out. And I just you said who dropped the video? I just gotta remember what you just said.
Spirit Doula dropped a video on the concept of trees, and she went into it with the science and everything. It was fire. It was fire. She went in with the science of how it's connected with the melanin, with the chaos in our blood and everything. So hey, I advise everybody to go check that video out, because it's a power move. Just like I was telling you this morning, Hood, we changing information. This thing is bigger than rap. This thing is about to be a cosmic bomb with the understandings of who you are. So as long, like in these now times, that's all that matters is the information. So man, we in some good times for real.
Yeah, and it's the share too. It's the share.
Yeah, for real, man. But yeah, I didn't want too much Hood. I just wanted you to know that what you just said is a replay. Motherfuckers gonna have to replay that shit and hear it 2, 3, 4 times.
Right.
This ain't no one. I'm not. Right when I get back in, I'm gonna replay the thing, because I know you just dropped something that the family need to hear.
Man,
and that's important. That's light. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you,
Yeah.
bro. I appreciate you, and I got you on that other thing too. So be on the lookout for that. Appreciate you.
All right. Peace, God.
All right, man. Have a good one. Jade, what's good?
Peace.
Peace. What's
What's
happening?
up?
Not
I,
much.
I'm out here walking my dog.
Uh-huh.
Her name is Mystic.
Hey, Mystic. Hey,
Yeah,
beautiful, beautiful.
yeah, Mystic Melanin, Mystic Melanin. We out here.
Ashe.
Come on, boo. Yeah, man. So,
Anubis out
I
there.
love to tap in when you go live.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh man, she be killing. She killing. Man, so I wanted to tap in with you. I remember you telling me to connect with my Dallas ancestors.
Right.
So I drove past the where JFK was assassinated.
Mm-hmm.
Right next to it is a park called Martyrs Park. I said, let me do some research.
Mm-hmm.
So I did some research. That park was actually renamed Martyrs Park on October 24th, 1991, which is the day that my boyfriend was born, by the commissioner. He's a black man named John Wiley Price, in honor of 3 black men hung at the Trinity Bridge because they were accused of burning Dallas down. So I went to my friend's house last night and I was telling her about it. She's actually from Dallas and she had never heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
So we started doing a little bit of research. And we found that the first execution in Texas happened in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
The first official execution happened in Dallas to a black woman named Jane, who was convicted for killing her slave master with an axe.
Wow.
And I thought that was interesting because my boyfriend was the manager at this axe throwing range out here.
Wow.
So
Wow.
right?
Wow. Wow.
Yo,
Wow.
crazy, super crazy. So I'm doing research on the different accounts of people who were executed here, who were lynched.
Mm-hmm.
And I just been coming up with mad downloads and like, come here, boo boo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still doing some research, but the energy was hella powerful in October 2017 because that's when a lot of these different articles were actually written, and they were literally like I read like 3 or 4 different articles that were written within like a 10-day time span in October.
Beautiful.
So I really just been diving into these energies, man, and connecting with my ancestors here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're familiar with the Conjure Queen, but she had a group ritual at 4:30
Mm-hmm.
this morning, and so I went out there and I tapped in with my ancestors, and I mean, after I finished, I was on fire. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to sleep for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I was just up, really vibing with the energies, you know what I'm saying, and really just connecting with my ancestors. So I really just been tapping in with my Dallas ancestors, man, and I was ready to go.
Ashe.
I was so ready to go.
Ashe.
I actually still kind of want to go visit Louisiana, just to tap back in with my family or whatever. But like, I've really been tapping into this energy here, man, and
Yeah.
like my homegirl was telling me, downtown attracts a lot of black people, you know what I'm saying, or a lot of melanated people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no wonder that we're attracted down there. A lot of these ancestors, they were actually executed downtown.
Nah, it was
There was one
ritual
account of
for
a
real.
man named Mr. Booker.
It's really a ritual
No, for
though.
sure.
Like,
That's why he was telling me
yeah.
go to the city hall,
Mm-hmm.
like the
Mm-hmm.
courthouse. Well, it's now a museum, but
Mm-hmm.
it used to be the courthouse. This black man named Mr. Booker, he was thrown out of the second story window of the courthouse because he was accused of raping a white woman. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
And the energy down there is just crazy. Like
Mm-hmm.
literally, the courthouse is right across the street from this train station. And when I tell you, I mean, everybody be at this train station. Just post it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just be like, why everybody just sitting around the train station? Well, they drawn there because of that energy, man. Like they really are. And it's just been really dope and amazing to tap in and really just start connecting. Because I wouldn't have even connected had it not been for our conversation that day. I called in on Tapped In.
For sure. For sure.
Man, he's enjoying this day too. He out here getting it. Come on. Come on. Come on, girl. Come on. Sheesh.
Yeah, that was just,
So
but that was
awesome,
just
Mister. Come
channel.
on.
But that was just channel. That was just kind of like, that ain't me talking to you though. Like I wouldn't have never thought that shit either. I'm just kind of speaking to you based
Man.
upon, this channel. Like, damn, I'm listening to the JFK podcast or whatever, and you start talking about Dallas, and I'm like, shit, put two and two together, cause I don't be why am I don't care about JFK all like
Man.
that, like, but it's kind of like just made sense. Me saying it, it felt good when it was coming out my lips. It's just like one of those things. So it's just like
Man.
when we talk to each other, we gotta talk from the heart and from the soul, and not from our minds. That's what I
Yeah.
do. That's beautiful.
Man. I'm definitely grateful for you.
That's a beautiful connection, and another level, man, is the prosperity. That's why they was
Man.
actually Adam like they was Adam, cause they hold
Yeah.
that prosperity gene. I don't know what it is, but it's a
Mhm.
vibratory frequency that our money situation about to be
Yeah.
stupid, like beyond our
Right.
beliefs. And this is due to tapping into our ancestral energy. They not going to kill them because they was some brokies. They not going to keep their
Facts.
energy under wraps because they didn't know how to
Facts.
manifest. Obviously,
Facts.
that's why I say help them, help them transition. They going to be like, and this is just the
Man.
beginning. If everything that I said is in alignment,
Yeah.
then that's this. The whole situation is the beginning. If you remember, the ending of what I was saying is they
Mhm.
gonna help you. So you freeing them, they can
Yeah.
only rain down on you prosperity and abundance. So I say to all of that,
Man.
and
I
all of it
say.
coming into alignment, just continue to, be that. You got Anubis with you on the left, girl. You doing the most right now. You doing
Man,
the
that's
most
my
right
daughter.
now.
Yo, my daughter's name, my boyfriend's name is Antori, so I named my daughter Antura.
Oh,
And I sat back and thought about it. I'm like,
wow.
yo, like her name. So we actually, our last names is Rogers and Cooper.
Uh-huh.
We didn't even give her our last name. Her last name is Moon,
Wow.
and her
Beautiful.
full name is Moon. So when I sat back and I thought about it, I'm like, the energy is mad crazy.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Uh oh,
100%.
my bad.
You
Can you hear
good?
me? Somebody
You
called me.
Oh, you good? You good? You good? It's all in
Hold
divinity.
on,
It's
I
all in
can't.
divine time.
I lost the thing. I can't hear you. Hold on. Okay, hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, it just disconnected from my headset. But let me see. Okay, here we go. Come on, what's up? All right, well I'm always at the house anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Forget it. I'll just talk to you on the speaker.
Indeed.
But
But yeah,
yeah, man. So I didn't hear what you said though.
I was just what was I? I was just saying it's a beautiful thing that y'all just carry that Anubis energy and that gateway energy, and it's just it's just wild. I was just in retrospect like, damn, that's kind of wild that I was even able to say that shit to you, and you walking around this bitch with a black dog, literally around this bitch with a black dog, just holding
Man.
down the frequency of a medium, as helping the ancestors
Yeah.
transition to the real world, and getting them out of this false 3D matrix. And so I know you doing your job. I could tell through your vibration, it's just a purity and a reflective being that everything is perfect and blissful. And so the more that you exercise this
Man.
muscle, the more that your fears, worries, and doubts and everything just going to be alleviated and eliminated. And the same for your husband too. It's just more of an elevated ascension type of vibration, and you just got to continue to do that alchemy of freeing those souls, because before we had that conversation, those souls was really trapped there, you know, trapped.
Man.
in double time.
And
You
as you
said they
saying
got
that, I'm getting that
renamed, and
energy too.
yeah, they was renamed, and you told
Yeah,
me like they changed the name. All of that was to, put them in deeper,
yes,
and throw the scent off. But you just
yes,
being aware and doing the research, all of that, when you bring your ancestors into your awareness, you are freeing them because they latch on to your knowledge of the higher realms. So
Ashe.
they just are able to transcend and transmute that energy. So you might think that your job is somewhere else, but it's just in this world. It's just in these conversations and in these bills. So continue to
Yeah,
do your work. Do your work.
Ashe, Ashe. And now that as you were saying that, that reminded me of a dream that I had a little while back of Anubis and his wife. They had come out of the sea and they were huge. Like they were huge, yo.
Hmm.
And I feel like that was basically me, tapping in with these spirits. Come on, come on, let's go inside. Come on, go in the house. Come on. I was just representing, tapping in with these energies and these spirits, man. I
Hmm.
just feel really good to really just be connecting and tapping in, man.
Indeed.
Much love, much love.
That's so crazy, and that's real. That energy is just real. I don't know, some things about our lives and our experiences is found deep, deep within, and found deep within our
What's wrong, Missy?
experience.
Hey, yeah, for sure.
They
Hey,
just
Dale, come on, come on. You want to say hey to the Mystic? Say
peace, peace to the God.
hey.
Hey,
Say hey. Mm-hmm. You say hey. It's alive. He on Zoom. You say hey to the
hey,
Mystic.
hey,
You
what's
say
going
peace.
on? Peace.
Mm-hmm.
Peace. I wish I had John here right now. He's somewhere running around, but you would be running around real soon. I can see it too. You about to be hitting
Oh
them
man, for
streets.
sure. No, for sure, man. She already pulling herself up. She just turned
Aware,
5 months yesterday. She's ready.
aware. That's so
She's
beautiful.
ready.
These children are our elders. I put them in high regard and high
Yes,
reverence. I put my son on the
for
highest
sure.
pedestal because just the information that they're able to actually transmit telepathically is just like, so I'm so grateful for it, because I can't say that my son don't be dropping energy readings and giving me the
Yeah,
411 through dreams, and through cries and all of that. It's all learning and self-learning and evolving
I
through
see.
those children. So, people probably don't even understand a child in 2020, but you got to really experience it. Like, you got to experience your child,
Most dead.
and like we've been talking about today, in a qualia type of set in sense, subjective perceptual experience. And I can't explain you how it feels to be with your child in this time, because it's just something that
No,
you
for
actually
sure.
have to experience and get the downloads and get the wisdom and experience the unconditional love that only your child can give you. Like, you can't get it nowhere
No, for
else.
sure.
Not even from your partner. So it's a
Man,
beautiful
it's a
thing.
whole nother type of energy.
Ashe. Ashe it
Whole
is.
nother type of energy. But much love to the family.
Thank you, Jade. And I really do appreciate you chiming in and giving me an update on them ancestors being free from Dallas, because I can feel that energy and I feel the
Oh, for
resonance
sure.
from here. So continue to do that work. And if you need anything, you know how to get in contact with it. Just really appreciate you.
For sure. Have a great day.
You too, Jade. Thank you.
Peace.
Peace out. Showstopper. What's good? Showstopper. Showstopper. She probably got this on mute. You there? She watching cartoons. Yo, yo. So family, I think I'm gonna just kind of end it right there because showstopper, you ain't saying nothing. Check one, check two. Showstopper on the mic. But beyond that, I'll just kind of end this and do some research for the daily energy readings, and I got some other work to do. I'm not gonna say like 1,000% daily energy reading. Probably like 90, 85, depending on the kind of groove that I get on some other side projects. But you know, I was gonna say I got plenty of videos on YouTube, plenty of playlists. Masterly Foolish. Check out me and Dream did videos. I got videos with the Peace Dealer. You know, I got hella videos on YouTube, so it ain't really a thing as far as a person thinking about daily energy readings and things of that nature. So, you know, it's all good. It's all good. You know, when people come online, they do come online, and I know y'all ain't worried anyway, so it's just one of those things. So everybody, it just in case you were worrying or you were interested, just know that we'll be back online tomorrow for sure. And maybe it'll be another format like this where it's just a channel and just more or less me reflecting from my notes. I think I kind of like this for now a little better, just with this time, probably for this week. And until I get an internet set up where I feel more comfortable with adding video. But for now, just live with the audio, which is cool, which is smooth. Be sure to follow and listen to me on Spotify. The links are in the description. And beyond that, everybody, have a great time, enjoy your life, enjoy your family, smoke a blunt or something, have a drink or something, like enjoy the day, shout out to Prime Harmonic, DM somebody, be vocal, talk to people, continue this conversation. Me and Prime is going to go live on the Zoom. I don't know if tonight, we haven't discussed when we gonna go live again, but hopefully we can go tonight the same time, and we gonna talk about breathing. And I'm gonna post those on the YouTube channel as well. But if you want to catch it first, be sure to join the Slack. Yeah, Prime Harmonic, we was getting it in. Kevin Bourne, we was getting it in on the Science of the Breath. I felt like I was in the middle of a Mission Impossible scene. They both like military, so they just got, that, I don't know, that other, military people got that other kind of knowledge, and trust me, you tapped into some real scientific advanced form of communication. So be sure to tap in on the Slack and join our Zooms and things of that nature. So yeah, beyond that, I'm gonna end this live and I'll catch y'all all on the flip side. Peace.